It's great to create content in social media and put it out there on YouTube and different places. But many of us are running into some problems. And I know many people are suffering from burnout, getting that terrible burnout. Like, why am I doing this? I'm getting so frustrated because, hey, there's a lot of competition out there because it's now easier than ever to create content, create YouTube or your podcast, do the blogging and get it out to the world. That's wonderful that we have that. But the challenge is you can get burned out. But I've got some good news for you. In this video, I'm going to give you some steps, specific steps that you can go through. Actually, about 5 of them that you can go through and be able to overcome that burnout and be able to do the kinds of things that you want to do and be able to, well, make it start happening in the right way. How to overcome creator burnout. We're going to do that for you and let you see how you can get in touch with us right there and ways that you can do it. You see, it's no longer a rare thing. Unfortunately, it's now the new normal. And this is something we wish didn't happen, but it is. So let's explore some evidence-based strategies that can help you to recover, rebuild, and create from a place of joy rather than exhaustion. I'm Terry Brock with Stark Raving Entrepreneurs, where we work with a lot of creators just like you to put together the messages you need and really to overcome a lot of that frustration and the burnout that comes from it. So let's get into it. Right now, as we take a look at a reality check, over half, that's a lot, over half of all creators experience burnout of some sort. Now, this isn't about weakness. It's not like there's something wrong with you if you're feeling it. It's about being human. There's a concept. Human in a system that is built on endless output. We feel like, oh, gee, we got to get this out there. We got to do that. And yeah, we do. But at the same time, we can get burnout because there's a lot of competition because it is easier to produce. And we want to make sure that we stand out above the crowd. That's difficult, but this is something that we're going to show you how you can get over that burnout so you'll be able to do a whole lot more in a very profound way. Experiencing burnout really doesn't mean that you're not cut out for content creation. No, it just means, hey, you're a human being. Hello, welcome to the party. It happens to all of us that when we get into this and we get so much, then we don't get the exact results that we want. It is natural to feel that burnout and to think, oh, gee, what am I going to do? It means really you deserve to create from a place of sustainability rather than anxiety and exhaustion. That is critical. As a matter of fact, if we take a look at some of the statistics that are out there, 40% of the burnout comes from creative fatigue, where a leading cause of creator burnout is saying, hey, what am I going to do? Well, I've got some good news for you because in this video, I'm going to show you some tools that I use, some techniques and tools that can help you to get over that creative burnout and the fatigue of it and how to start making some results that you want. Also, demanding workloads. We're seeing that there's constant pressure to produce content. Hey, I'm doing my videos and doing these every week. And usually we release these on a Friday, here, this creator to creator, and every week has a Friday. So it's out there. Yeah, right, Terry. Well, this is where the challenge comes because we got to keep coming up with new ideas. I find a lot of the people can get started real quick. Oh, we got some great ideas. Let's do this. Let's do that. But what are you going to do when you run out of them, Sparky? That's where it really matters. So you've got to be able to adapt on that. And then screen time. There's a chronic exposure to digital platforms. We're just so much all the time that people are saying, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. Well, there's ways to get around it, and that's what I'm going to talk about here on this. We're going to be able to let you see the kinds of things that can be done and how you can overcome some of that. Matter of fact, I want to share something with you. This is important right now. What do you think is the number one stressor? This might or maybe might not surprise you. This is a huge one. So this is big. Let me know if you can relate to this. This is important. The number one stressor at 55%, financial instability. People are losing money. It takes time and effort, time, money, and energy, and losing it. This is a problem when we're losing that. You see, when you ask creators what really keeps them up at night, financial instability takes the crown. Number one in survey after survey. One algorithm tweet can tank your income overnight. You're doing something a certain way, they change that algorithm, you're gone. And that really is discouraging. And that kind of pressure eats away both at your creativity and your confidence. So this is something that you want to overcome. I'm going to show you a few things here in this. You see, burnout has now become universal. It's not limited to YouTubers. We've heard that before, that YouTubers would do that. But it's really now across the board. LinkedIn, thought leaders, podcasters, TikTokers, newsletter writers, every platform, every format, and every creator type. So all of them are seeing problems with this burnout. But the good news is there's ways to overcome it for whatever it is that's bothering you with that. You see, what actually causes the burnout is not just the long hours. It's psychological, systemic, and deeply personal. Understanding the root causes is the first step on the door to recovery. Well, let's take a look at what those 5 big culprits are, where they are. I'm going to take a look right now at the first 3. First of all, an identity fusion. We see ourselves as the content that we're doing. You start believing that you are the content instead of someone who creates it. That's easy to get that mixed up. And by the way, you're not. You want to be a person who's conveying the message. That's the key. And the financial instability that we talked about, that is important as well. The income volatility creates chronic stress that blocks creativity. It's very difficult to be in a good situation when you're feeling like, oh, gee, I'm losing money. We got money. Financial pressure, some of the highest ones out there. If you're having that, you need to find ways to get that taken care of. There are professionals that help you. One of the things we do at Stark Raving Entrepreneurs is show people how to really start building their business to get more. So there's a lot of ways that you can get that. I would encourage you to take a look at what is available, how you can use that, and to make that work better for you. Now, another tool that is out there, another problem then, I should say, is the algorithm anxiety. Now, I think you know what I'm talking about with that, because what they're doing is this is where the hamster wheel feeling of feeding a machine that never says thank you. That's right. It's something that's just going all the time, and you got to jump on it. And like I said, every week has a Friday. That's the day I'm producing, and other days as well that we're putting out certain things, and every week has one. So you've got to be able to move beyond that and keep moving. And here's a couple others that are there as well. Chronic comparison. Hey, can you relate to this? That social platforms are designed for comparison, you versus this other one, this other person, and it can really erode your confidence very, very fast. Every scroll becomes a measurement of your worth against others, and that's where the real problem comes in, because what we won't really know is that when you start to compare, that is where you despair. You know, I heard that long ago. I remember from someone said to compare is to despair. When you do that, you're always going to find someone that's doing a little bit better than you in this area. Others that you see might not be doing as well in given areas. Best thing to do is compete with yourself. So get rid of that, and that particular chronic comparison, stay away from that. That is something you don't need. Also, isolation masquerading as connection. We need to be with other people. Thousands of followers, yet we have few real human connections. That gap between the digital presence and the genuine relationships can feel endless. So what you want to do with that, really the answer is pretty simple. You want to get involved with people in real situations, in person. Virtual is good. We like that. Gina and I have a lot that we do virtually, but we also cherish the connections we have with people when we get together with them. We get a chance to do that occasionally with our friends here in the NSA chapter, National Speakers Association in Central Florida. We get to do that, not as often as we'd like, but we do get to do that. And our communities here in the Orlando area, the Harvard Club of Central Florida. Gina's a past president, so we get a chance to hang around with the other kids that were there at Harvard. I say kids, we're all kids of all ages, but we get a chance to see it. You want to be around the group that you can relate to and a group that you can be with. And that is going to be very important as you move forward. Also, you want to look out the path out. Here is how you can do it. 5 evidence-based steps to recover and to rebuild. Now, this is where we're going to give you some capability to really make this happening. Creator burnout really isn't about weakness, not at all. Doesn't mean you're weak if you're getting burned out. It's a very human response, and there are systems that are built on endless output and minimal rest. So what we're going to do is we're going to overcome that. We're going to be able to walk together going through, by the way, do you like this video I put in there? The walk together part, you can do it. And by the way, I just got to say something here, my creators, how I'm doing this, I'm using the Ecamm system that I have. Ecamm, I think, is great for putting these together, using Keynote as well, so I can tie that together. And I created these slides with Gamma. Gamma gave me the ability to do that, and that's a really nice thing. So, by the way, that's another good way to beat the burnout, is find something new and cool that really is productive when you're working with the technology. So, the path out of it, there's going to be some things here. I want to show you what is available and get you out of that burnout thing. Here's how you're going to be able to break free. First of all, number one, you want the healing disconnect protocol. What that means, a total disconnection, not just taking a weekend off. That means logging out, muting notifications, and letting your nervous system reset. How long that's going to be? Well, that's up to you. I find that I need it every day. So what we do is Gina and I usually have a date every night, most every night when we're together here. When we're not together, we do it over the phone or on a Zoom call or something like that. But you want to have that total disconnect. Step back from it all and take a breather. That's going to be important. And this means sometimes you got to log out completely. Turn off your damn phone. Yeah, let it go. Put the phone off and down. It's okay. You'll live if you do that. I've tested it, and you can. Now, it's nice to have the phones there, but there's times you need to just disconnect and get away from it all. Mute all notifications. Some people say there's times you need to do that. Well, my idea is I like to do that always. I don't need to be notified that friends of mine just posted something on Facebook or just sent a wonderful link over there to me on LinkedIn. In most cases. Now, I even have my phone turned off. We get so many sales calls, I don't even want to hear that, those things. So what I've done, here, let me give you a little inside secret. What I do is I turn my phone off, and my feeling is if somebody wants to get in touch with me really bad, it's really worth it, they'll leave a voicemail message. And if they don't want to leave a voicemail message, well, I guess the message wasn't important enough to worry about it. Or they were probably a sales call, and when they get voicemail, most of them just click it off. So I have found that helps today. Now, if I'm expecting someone to call me back, that's a different story. Sometimes I'll have like my dentist or my doctor, and they're going to call back right away within the next hour or so. Okay, then I turn off the mute, turn on the sound, and get it that way. But this way, I get a chance to retain my sanity. And as I love this picture here, that woman there meditating, very important to do that, to step back. By the way, meditation, really good. I make a point to do that every day. I do it most every day. There's a couple times I might miss it, but most every day I do that. However it's appropriate for you. Relaxation, meditation, prayer, whatever it is that is right for you, I encourage you to do that regularly on a regular basis. So this is going to be a big help to you. And also, you want to have a real rest. What that means is you're going to rest. It's not a luxury. Doctors tell us that. It's not something there. Real medical doctors, and I'm not giving any medical advice here other than I give a recommendation of human being to human being. Make sure you have a healthcare professional to help you on this thing. See, it's maintenance for your creative mind. You need that to step back every so often. Well, here's step number 2. Give yourself a break, literally and emotionally. See, we often push harder when we or they should pause. Okay, yeah, guilty as charged right here. Work with a therapist or a counselor. Just like students have guidance counselors, you and me, we need people that are mental health care professionals. People get certified. They went to school for this. They know how to help other people. These are people to have handy. And from time to time, you need them a little bit more. Other times, you might not need them as much. And so this is what you want to have as something that can help you. Also, build your support system. You want to practice self-compassion so that you're taking care of yourself there. Step 3, refill the creative well. Burnout thrives when the mind runs dry. So it'd be important for you and me to schedule intake time, to read, listen, to watch great talks, and talk with smart people. See, this is where it really gets important, because what you're going to do then is you're going to be able to start creating better content. And when you're doing that, you're less likely to get burnt out. Matter of fact, one of the things that we talk about in our Stark Raving Entrepreneurs quite a bit is how to get those ideas. One of the things I mentioned of the many that we go through often on there is read a lot. Reading good quality books. Yes, it's good to read what's current right now, or go over to Facebook, LinkedIn, and other places from time to time. But control that, and I encourage you to read even more good quality books, literature, and particularly books that are written by people that are no longer with us. That means this book is still good. People still are turning to it, even if the person is no longer with us here. So you want to make sure you're doing that. And this way you're going to be able to get in there and be able to get a lot more ideas from many different people to be able to see, hey, how do we do this? And what do we do to make it work? So make sure you refill that cup and make sure you're getting the right kind of information in there. You want to keep a system also to capture ideas. This is golden. You want to make sure you're looking at this. You want voice dictation, which I really like. I use Google Docs for that in their voice typing feature. I love that because I can talk faster than I can type. So by using Google's voice typing, I get it from my brain into a printed form on the computer screen. You can real quick notes that way, and don't trust this. Hey, here's one. I'll remember that later. You know what I'm talking about? This is not good. You want to make sure that you do it that way. Matter of fact, I really like the way that Earl Nightingale said it. He said that you need to stab that idea. He was talking about writing it down with a pen and paper. This was years ago, and I agree with him to capture that idea. Not necessarily using pen and paper, although I still do that from time to time, and I encourage you to do that. But what you want to do is you want to be able to grab that thought when it occurs. When the thought comes, your brain is going to go, if your brain is like mine, it'll say, oh yeah, I'll remember that, sure. Well, has there ever been a time when your brain said, yeah, we'll remember that, and you forgot it? Many times. And I would encourage you, get it written down. As Earl Nightingale said, he always carried paper with him and a pen and would write ideas down as they came. I think you and I need to do that. I'd still carry paper and pen because sometimes the battery might be out, the electronics are not working, or whatever. It's better to use a pen and paper. So I would use that and then make sure that you've got it. So Earl Nightingale was right on that one as well. And this is something I would encourage you to look into and get it. So capture every idea. When you have voice dictation, that's really good. You can capture your thoughts instantly and driving or walking. By the way, another little tool that I've discovered is called Just Press Record. Just Press Record. That's the name of the program. It's a $5 one-time app fee over on iOS. So I use that on my iPhone. Works very nicely on other iOS devices. Does not work. I don't think they have a version yet for Android. So I use something else on my Android phone. I have both iOS and Android. So using both are real important. Also, take digital notes. So using Google Docs, Notion, or whatever your favorite app is going to be very good. And then quick capture. What you want to do is you want to be able to grab that system. You find a system that works and something that you can use. Don't lose the idea. You want to make sure you get that idea right away and you hang on to it so it's there. And then step number 4, repurpose the daylights out of your content. This is where it starts getting even more fun being a content creator, because with that, you see that not every idea needs to be brand new. That's kind of nice. Just newly framed. Hey, yeah, get that newly framed idea. Can be something you've thought about before. Turn one article into 5 shorts. You can take a YouTube video into a podcast, turning it into a blog or a carousel. All of this is something we're doing. We were doing that just about a week ago in Stark Raving Entrepreneurs in our Wednesday meeting, and we showed how to take that and create it using Gamma to create a carousel from what you've done and put that into LinkedIn, so you're getting extra juice that way. Really nice. This repurposing is very good. So let's take a look at this and what you want to do. You want to take that one core idea and then start with your best content piece. Find what someone has done or what you did before that was really good, and then use that. Number 2, you want to have multiple formats. This means create video, audio, text, and social post. You see, it's important to be able to do this because we find that different people like different forms of content. Some prefer video, some prefer written text, some prefer audio only. Some want lots of pictures in there. Hey, I like that since kindergarten. I kind of like that. Putting it in there, it's nice to do it. But what you want to do is have those multiple formats so that then by doing that, you're able to reach people in a variety of ways that they like and will be drawn to on that. And then what you want to do is you want to be able to have extended reach on this so that you have more impact with less stress. That is nice. And it's the way to do it in repurposing. And then repurposing reduces your stress. By using that, it's going to extend your reach and give you breathing room to create better. That is a winner all the way around. Using tools like Cast Magic and Taja to repurpose the daylights out of these ideas, you'll really enjoy that. And matter of fact, one of the things we're going to do is at the end of this video, stay here with me, I'm going to give you a way that you can get access to tools that will be like that and see some training courses built into this information that we have at the end that you can use and pass it around to your office as well, so they can start using it and get a lot of good information that way also. So what you want to do is when you're doing that, it helps you with less pressure. You're going to be able to create once and then publish all over the place in a great way. Also, you have greater reach. You're going to meet your audience where they are, and that's really, really important. And then secondly, or I should say thirdly, what you're going to do is you're going to be able to say, all right, what we're going to do is we're going to take this and do a lot of good things with it and be able to say, all right, we want to get better quality. This gives us more time to refine your best work. I like that. It's giving me the chance to repurpose some, trying it in different formats, and to make sure that I'm getting some really good content out there in the world to help a lot more people. And that's what we want to do on a regular basis. And then finally here, step 5, reconnect with meaning and with community. Boy, is this one so important. We find that it's really important. Because burnout happens when you're out of sight and you've lost some of the why you're doing it. When you think of, gee, why in the world am I doing all this? That's tough. And being with a right community can help you in a big way on this. And so having that community, being there with them, can help you enormously to be able to achieve the kind of areas and the kind of success that you want by being around that community. And as strange as it might seem, being around a good community is very important when you're working with people in certain areas. What you want to do is you want to be able to reconnect with meaning and with community. This is important. It's step number 5. And you want to make sure that you're doing that. You see, burnout happens when you lose sight of why you started. You're doing it so much, you're going, why in the world am I doing this? You want to be able to be in that community. You find out what's going on there. And this is where you connect with others. You have that camaraderie that's there to revisit your original motivation, what problem you wanted to solve, and what you wanted to do to help. How you're going to do that. This is critical. And it's the power of community. One of the things that we talk about a lot at Stark Raving Entrepreneurs is we use that Japanese saying, none of us is as smart as all of us. That is really important. We strongly agree with that. And I would encourage you to see that. See, at Stark Raving Entrepreneurs, Gina and I are helping to remind people of this truth constantly and talking about the benefits of it. And you see, you don't have to figure it out alone. You need to get a community. We offer that, but find a community that's going to be right for you, where you can have others there that are cheering you on, helping you through it when it's a tough time, when things aren't going quite right. Real community transforms the creator journey from isolated struggle into the shared success. That is so important for us. And here's a bonus step I want to give you. This is important. You want to automate and systematize. Systems are going to save your sanity. Build routines that make content flow easier. Automation isn't cold. It's freedom. The more that your systems serve others, the more success it will have for you. The more that success will find you because you're helping others to achieve the success that they want. You want to create templates. This is important. Standardize your workflow for efficiency. Make sure you got these systems in place. That's a very, very important concept. Automate the distribution. This is where we're using tools like Cast Magic, like Vista Social, and using Taja. Oh, love Taja for sending this out at certain times. Clips that we have, it does it in a beautiful way out there. You can schedule and publish them across many different platforms. And then you batch your work. By batching that work, that is really important. You can say, I'm going to get all this done and schedule it for all of next week at this time. That is something that really helps. Record multiple pieces in one session. That one session can be really nice to get a lot done and get ready for the future. And with this, you're serving others, being able to help them to get what they want. You're letting your systems free you to focus on value and helping others. That is critical. It reminds me of a saying from my old buddy, Zig Ziglar. He's no longer with us, but he was with us on the Speaker Hall of Fame and as a fellow Cabot Award recipient of the National Speakers Association. He said, you can have everything in life you want if you help enough other people get what they want. Zig was right on that one as well. This is where it's critical. So in closing, here's what you want to think about. Creator burnout is real, but it's beatable. You can beat it. It's not about working harder. It's about working wiser, working smarter, resting deeper. Yeah, when you need to rest, which is all of us every day, you need to rest, reconnect to what made you love creating in the very first place. That is critical. And you don't have to conquer the algorithm. This is going to be a nice thing here. What I like to say here, what you want to do is you want to conquer the crap that's holding you back. Conquer the crap that's holding you back. Find out what it is, and be sure to let go of that and move on to the path of recovery. And by the way, here's some ways you'll know that you are on that path of recovery. Creating feels joyful again. You're excited about ideas and dreaming, and the boundaries are clear. This is what you can do, and here's what you're not going to do. You'll log off without guilt or anxiety, knowing, okay, it's time for me. I did the work. I put the work in, glad to do it. Now it's time to move on. And your income feels stable. This is important. The systems and diversification reduce the financial stress. Very, very nice on that. And it gives you the ability to enjoy the creation process. And frankly, creator to creator, I'm loving what I'm doing. I love creating this content and would love to hear from you on what you would like to know more about. Let me know and give me your opinion on that, and we'll make sure that we can do that. And community that supports you. This is what you want to do. You want to be involved in that. We have real connections now. We get together with people in a real way, both virtually and in real life. That is critical. Remember, you're not your content. Separate your identity from your output. Your worth is not measured in the views, the likes, or the subscriber counts. Not at all. Your worth is measured in you as a human being with inherent value who happens to create content. That's what you're doing. You're doing it that way. And that distinction will change everything for you. So here's what you want to do. You want to take some action today. Schedule your disconnect. Today at this time, not going to do any more work on this. Gina and I regularly get together. We just say, okay, hey, at this time of the evening, like 8, 8:30, 9, whatever it might be that evening, we're getting together and we have a date. So we're watching some videos, and we're talking about how was your day, what was good, what wasn't good. We're disconnecting from creation as much as we love the creation. So block out a regular time for complete rest and getting away from content creation. You want to reach out for support. Contact the people who can be part of your support system. Let them be there to help you. And develop your capture system. Set up a simple idea, a capture method, like voice dictation, like I was mentioning before, and your idea bucket. So you get an idea, I pop mine usually into Google Docs. Works for me. You find what works for you and how you can do that and what will work best for you. And you want to join a community. Get involved in a community that can help you in some really important ways. Research your creator communities and add those that add value for you. That's where you want to be on a regular basis. So you've got this. This is something that's going to help you to create from joy, not from exhaustion. Getting out there and be able to do the kind of things you want, the way you want, when you want, to get the freedom that you deserve. So creator burnout is beatable. You can do it. You don't have to conquer the algorithm. Don't even try to do that. That's not going to work. Just need to conquer that crap that's holding you back. I like to say that. Conquer the crap that's holding you back. Work wiser, rest deeper, and that's really connected to your original passion, why you did it in the first place and why you're doing these things. The creator economy needs your voice, your perspective, and your unique gifts as we are walking together on this trip down the road of being content creators. But we need you to be healthy, sustainable, and creating from a place of strength and start your recovery right away. This is the key for you. So how to overcome your creator burnout? Use that in a big way. We want to help you to accomplish this and to see how it can work for you. The creator burnout no longer as rare, as I was saying before. It is the new normal, and this is where people are today. But you can get around that by exploring evidence-based strategies and being able to do what needs to be done. I'm Terry Brock, and hey, I've got something for you that I think you're going to like right here that can help you in a big way. Something that is going to help you to understand what is going on and how you can start using it. First of all, we'd love to have you like and share this so that that tells the algorithm, hey, people like this. That'll help us a huge amount. If you can do that and say, and let people know where we are and how you can help us, that will be good. And bounce over to starkravingentrepreneurs.com. You'll be able to see what we're doing there and how we're helping you. And here is a gift we want to give you. We have a gift for you. Those of you that are joining us here on live, I should say the video, you'll be able to see a QR code there. That QR code will give you where you can get information. If you're joining us by audio, well, we got you covered there too. You'll want to bounce over to http://AItools4biz.com. All of that is lowercase letters, no spaces. AI Tools, the number 4, biz.com. AItools4biz.com. And you'll get a self-study guide that's going to help you learn about many different AI tools that we are updating on a regular basis. So this can help you and get the kind of work that you want done. Being a creator is wonderful, but you got to make sure you take care of yourself and don't get burned out. Stay with us, and we want to help you there. And one of the ways we're going to do that, it's got another video for you right over here. You want to click on this one so you can take it to the next step and be able to start learning about how to be a better creator, how to do that in a way that is going to help you. I'm Terry Brock for Stark Raving Entrepreneurs. Thank you very much for joining us.